Now, Wave News Sunrise.
Get down there.
Good morning. It is now 6 o'clock on your Thursday morning. 45 minutes now until the first group tees off for the ISCO Championship. And Shannon Kogan live out there this morning. And Shannon, I'm sure people are asking you too the same question I got yesterday. How's the weather going to be today?
You know what? And I say, watch Tawana for that answer because you know what? I'm not a weather person.
I appreciate that, Shannon. But yeah, the Wave Weather app is the way to go as you're going out to maybe ISCO or anything else that you may be doing over the next couple of days. Yeah, so we're watching, yes, some sunshine coming our way for today, but we're also going to keep an eye on some rain chances, especially this weekend. The storm tracker right now out and about traveling throughout the Louisville metro area, and things thankfully are pretty quiet. Right now, the storm tracker on 65. We'll be watching more of that sun coming up over the horizon in just about 20 minutes. But as of right now, things are calm. Keeping an eye on a few extra clouds for those of you in Adair County because you had a couple of downpours earlier and a little bit of fog showing up in parts of Spencer County. So yes, we are dealing with some of that patchy light fog in most spots. However, in a couple of locations, especially towards Du Bois County, Lawrence County, and even towards Franklin County, that fog is a little bit more dense. So please be careful as you're heading out. We're not dealing with any rain in our area as of right now, but the radar is picking up some of those birds on cue every morning, taking off this morning. Now your temperatures are in the upper 60s and low 70s across the region. We'll end up near 90 degrees for later on this afternoon with the help of that sunshine, and rain chances look pretty isolated. So it does look like most of us just going to be hot, humid, sunny for today, but one or two of those downpours can pop. So we will be watching the radar later on this afternoon. And if you have that Wave Weather app, you'll get a notification with Kevin telling you that there's rain in your area, and then you'll know to head inside or at least grab the umbrella. Now, once we get into the weekend, rain chances do go up a little bit more, so I'll talk about that in my full forecast. Olivia.
All right, thank you, Tawana. Yeah, people are watching that forecast closely because today PGA golfers will take over Hurstbourne Country Club for the ISCO Championship. The tournament has welcomed back some of the area's favorite golfers, and we're out at Hurstbourne Country Club all week for the excitement. And Shannon Kogan is out there this morning. And Shannon, I'm sure golfers are already out there getting stretched and warmed up, ready for that 6:45 tee time.
I haven't seen any yet, Olivia. I'm looking. I don't see them yet.
I think they moved the driving range.
And oh, maybe. Okay, that could be it. But I'm here at this very special, exclusive spot. There are about 600 members here at Hurstbourne Country Club. So this is where they have access to because their whole country club is now the ISCO Championship location. So this is where the Hurstbourne members are allowed to come. Come on in here with me. You'll see how fancy this is. It's so nice. So they have all these tables set up. You're right here on the 18th hole, finishing it off. There's such history, too, to this country club. That golf course was built in
Well, the first part of the house was built in
1854.
Yes.
This is the man who knows everything about Hurstbourne. Chris Hamburger. And then the golf course was built in what year again?
Late 40s.
The late 40s?
I'm sorry, late 60s.
Late 60s. It's early. It's early.
It is early. That's right.
So tell me about some of the bar menu because I'm looking at the Peacock Slush.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's a signature drink that we have. Peacocks roam this property.
That's so cool.
So there's a little historical tie there, and that's something we do kind of annually. And we thought, hey, what better time to bring it back out than for this tournament?
Right.
And for our members especially.
Are there any peacocks still here?
Not to my knowledge, no. I haven't seen any in a while.
Okay, so what is...
That would be pretty cool.
That would be cool. What is in the Peacock Slush, by the way?
Peacock Slush, blue... wherever.
Blue currant?
Yeah. Yep.
The thing I don't know how to say.
Yep, and some other fun little mixers.
Okay.
So it's a refreshing, an easy drink. And bourbon slushes. Transfusion slush. So
transfusion slush.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep everybody nice and we're gonna keep everybody nice and hydrated here. But no, we really just look. This is kind of we take a lot of pride in our members. They take a lot of pride in the place. We wanted them to have a special area, when they came here, and this is it.
And and they haven't been able to play golf for the past few days, the members.
Right.
So this is a great chance for them, though, to see really great golf on the course that they play all the time.
Absolutely, which is a treat.
Yeah, certainly is.
A lot of clubs don't get to say that. So.
Well, Chris, thank you so much. I hope you have a great time at the championship.
We'll see you soon.
And so this is the Hurstbourne Member Pavilion, Olivia. So if you're a member, If you know a member, can you get in here?
You have to be with a member to come in.
You have to be with a member to come in. So find a member and you can have a seat right here.
Yeah, got to treat those members right. I mean, they don't get to use their course all week. Thank you, Shannon. New on Sunrise, police in southern Indiana are investigating after a woman was found dead. Jeffersonville police say this happened just after 2 p.m. yesterday. They were called out to investigate off Goyne Avenue where they found the woman. Police didn't say if she died naturally, but they did say right now they don't believe there's any danger to the public. Their investigation is underway right now, so if you have any tips, you should call Jeffersonville Police. Today, more reaction to the conviction of 2 men, Brooks Houck and Joseph Lawson, in connection to the death of Crystal Rogers. In the decades since she vanished, countless searches haven't led to a crime scene, a murder weapon, or even Rogers' body. Nelson County Sheriff Ramon Pineroa says even though 3 men have been convicted in the case, the search for information will not stop anytime soon. Pineroa adds the deputies are still trying to solve the Bardstown homicides of Tommy Ballard and Officer Jason Ellis.
You know, I had tears coming down my face in the courtroom when that verdict came out, and it's just a closure. It's a piece of the pie, it's a piece of the puzzle, but we're not done. I would say probably a continuation of this case, and then Tommy Ballard's case, and then there could be a possibility of Jason.
The jury in Bowling Green recommended Houck serve a life sentence plus 5 years, and Joseph Lawson received a recommended 25-year sentence. Joseph's father, Steve Lawson, will be formally sentenced on August 6th. The jury recommended 17 years for him. LMPD says hard work and technology are helping the department solve more cases. Louisville police arrested 2 homicide suspects over the weekend using new technology and techniques. Chief Paul Humphrey commended his officers and his department's digital forensics unit. Wave News reporter Marissa Burke lays out the details of the case and his message for those still waiting for closure. Marissa?
Olivia, that shooting happened back on April 13th of this year in the Russell neighborhood. Now, thanks to around 30 cameras plus local businesses surveillance footage and work from the digital forensics unit, LMPD was able to find and arrest the men that they say are responsible. LMPD says Wayne Woods Sr. was driving down West Chestnut Street and stopped at a light. They say the suspect's car pulled up next to him, shooting and killing him. The digital forensics units found video of the suspect's black Durango leaving the area, which helped them identify 2 people police say were involved, Maurice Hurd Jr. and Joseph Coggins. The 2 were taken into custody on July 3rd. Chief Humphrey explained there is a lot of manpower when they are investigating homicide cases like this, and the new technology adds to that.
The technology that was used in this case and how technology is constantly updating, and so is LMPD. We are working hard to solve these cases, even if this one was in April, no matter how long. I mean, we don't give up. We try very, very hard to give closure to the families.
Chief Humphrey also says it's a priority that his officers are doing the work the right way the first time. The chief also says this digital forensics unit and Detective Tim O'Daniel worked on the Crystal Rogers case, helping get information and data to the prosecutors. Coming up in the next half hour, I'll have more on how LMPD says their increased patrols are making a difference. Marissa Burke, Wave News.
Marissa, thank you. Louisville Parks and Rec is preparing to repair damage after they say someone drove through Shawnee Park, messing up the freshly painted basketball court. The court is where the annual Dirt Bowl is held every year. It's the 2nd oldest summer basketball league in the country. Based on the damage, a driver did burnouts and left tire marks all over the court design. Parks and Rec says cameras caught a black Dodge Challenger with a chrome gas cap in the area around 6:30 yesterday morning. Dirt Bowl organizers say it breaks their heart to see, but it's not making them step back.
It's not going to stop us, though, because somebody came down and was like, they made a statement. Okay, cool. We're going to make a statement, too, because what we do and what we bring to the community is unmatched in Louisville.
Despite the hurt, organizers say they're grateful for the community for coming together and showing how much the Dirt Bowl means to them. They plan to stick with their regular schedule this weekend, which has that first game tipping off at 10 a.m. on Saturday. Road crews are closer to reopening a Louisville intersection after a water main break caused a huge crater in the ground. This picture shows some of the progress crews have made at the intersection of 7th Street Road and Berry Boulevard. Louisville Water says a 12-inch water main broke Tuesday, causing quite a bit of damage. Crews ask that you drive slowly in the area as they work to finish the repairs. Starting tomorrow, you'll have to watch out for road closures near downtown Louisville. The intersection of Main Street and Story Avenue will be closed for paving. That's happening Friday, starting at 7 p.m. until Monday at 6 a.m. There are also detours set up in the area to help drivers get around. The closures are part of an effort to convert Main Street into a two-way. There will be new traffic signs put up, wider sidewalks and bike lanes, along with other street work. The project began in March and is set to be finished in the coming weeks. Here's Tawana taking a look at the next 12 hours.
And over the next 12, we're going to see plenty of sunshine, highs in the upper 80s and the low 90s. Overall, it's going to be a gorgeous day. Now, we are going to watch for 1 or 2 downpours trying to pop here and there, but most of us overall pretty quiet. That is until the weekend. I'll explain why rain chances go up for Saturday and especially on Sunday on the other side of the break.
Thanks, Tawana. It's 6:10 now on your Thursday morning. Work to turn land in southern Indiana into something new continues, even after developers pulled the plug once already. A look at what's happening in Clark County. That's ahead. And Shannon Kogan is live this morning where people are getting ready for the ISCO Championship. The first group tees off in about 35 minutes. So a lot of people probably waking up early to head out to that. And if you are heading out this morning, a quick look at your traffic showing just a couple of cars pulled over on our interstates, but everything looks all green. You should be good to go as you're getting to Hurstbourne Country Club this morning.
This newscast is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Now, Wave News.
No, we've been talking about it all morning. The ISCO Championship begins today at Hurstbourne Country Club, and Shannon Kogan is live out there this morning. A lot of people probably waking up early, getting ready to head out there. And Shannon, they've really emphasized the fan experience for this.
Yes, it's going to be a great opportunity for golf fans to come out here, even fans of things like shopping. Tawana, I'm talking to you. You can come out here. I'm in the merchandise tent, and look at this gorgeous painting. This is by a Louisville artist, Tyler Robertson. Now, you can't buy the original painting, but you can buy one of the posters and take that home with you. They also have these great golf towels that they have done with the beautiful Hurstbourne Country Clubhouse right there. There are so many different things. Look at this. This is by Greystone. This is an awesome shirt, and it has the Louisville skyline with ISCO Championship. This just shows to you how big it is that we have the ISCO Championship here in Louisville. So cool to have such a huge PGA Tour event here. There's some good souvenirs that you can buy for all those golf fans. Even for the ladies, lots of Lululemon stuff that you can check out. It says ISCO Championship, so you can wear that proudly. So this is the merchandise tent. Tons of hats. I would highly recommend a hat today. Not only will it keep the sun out of your eyes, but that way you don't even have to worry about the hair. So when you come here, you do need a ticket, $50 to get ground access, and you can spend a little time in here. Plus, there's AC. So all of that right here. Back to you guys.
Shopping and AC? Wow, Shannon, I'm sold.
I know, right?
Thank you, Shannon. Yeah, I actually do need a new visor to play golf in, Tawana, so there we go. Might swing by.
I might need her to text us some pictures with prices, and that would be great. Shannon, I know you can hear me still. We're heading out this morning. We do have the storm tracker heading northbound on 65 as of right now. Traffic looking pretty good, currently traveling through portions of Bullitt County, so not dealing with any issues there. However, in E-Town, you're still seeing more of that patchy fog. So we're going to be watching for some of that fog across parts of our region. Visibility drop just a bit, especially now that that sun is coming up over the horizon. The sunlight will just bounce off of a lot of those, what is basically a cloud, and that is why you end up with some lower visibility early in the morning as that sun is coming up. So we'll keep an eye on that. For those of you in Hardin County, all the way towards portions of Lawrence County, and even parts of Jennings County and Franklin County getting in on some of that patchy fog for this morning. morning. So just be weather aware. Take it slow as you're heading out this morning. Most of us, though, seeing clear skies. We did have a couple of these downpours earlier today. Those have moved out. Some of these clouds still left over, and we are watching some more of that fog trying to build across the region. Also some of those lower level clouds. But thankfully, as we approach that 8, 9, 10 o'clock, any fog that we see across the area by that time frame will have mixed out as temperatures rise. We do have some fronts nearby, but overall for today, it's more of a high pressure deal as it keeps us mainly dry. Your temperatures are in the 60s and low 70s in most spots. We'll end up in the upper 80s and low 90s for later on today as we keep that mix of sun and clouds, especially for the afternoon. Once we get into later on this evening, any isolated downpours that pop, those are quickly going to fade. We'll keep some clear skies overnight and we'll watch temperatures dropping. So yeah, in terms of rainfall, maybe a couple of drops here and there, but not much to expect today. Into tomorrow morning, we'll be in the 60s and low 70s yet again. Looking ahead to the next 10 days, we'll be back in the low 90s for more of us as we keep that isolated rain chance. And then for the weekend, here comes a front. This is going to bring some more of those showers and thunderstorms in our forecast, especially for the second half of your Saturday and a little bit more so on Sunday, with that front moving towards us, but not quite making its way through our area. And because of that, we're going to see those highs in the upper 80s and low 90s on Sunday, keeping our highs just about there with a bit more sunshine on Monday. And then by the middle of next week, we see temperatures jumping potentially into those mid 90s before another front arrives. This one will help to increase our rain chances for the second half of your Wednesday into Thursday and then even into Friday. So the time frame on this has slowed down a little bit more, which is why we're going to keep some of that heat around a little bit longer towards the end of next week. But once that front actually makes its way through our area, we'll not just see some slightly cooler conditions once we get into the following weekend, but we'll also talk about a slight drop in humidity. That's not something you usually see towards the middle and end of July, but I think a lot of people will be grateful for that.
Oh, I am so excited already. Thank you, Tawana. Nearly 1 year since withdrawing a rezoning request in Clark County, developers with Premier Homes are eyeing the same piece of land. The new application is for a conservation subdivision, which allows development on agricultural land. It's facing the same backlash the company's initial plans received last year before a rezoning request was withdrawn. Residents who pushed back against the original proposals say the new plans don't follow the county's guidelines for such a development. The Unified Development Ordinance reads, quote, "It is achieved by setting aside a substantial amount of the site as permanent common open space and then the homes on the remaining portion of the site."
I think "and then," is an important phrase there, because and then cluster homes on what's left. It's not build your subdivision and then work in little areas of open space like I feel like was done.
The issue will be taken up at the next County Planning Commission meeting on August 13th. Developers from Premier Homes tell WAVE they have no comment. We'll be right back with more WAVE Sunrise right after this.
Here's a look at the current Kentucky Lottery jackpots. The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.
Well, Tawana, all morning you've talked about next weekend when things cool off and have lower humidity. So I'm not even worried about the rest of the 10-day behind you. I'm just looking forward to that.
No, I need you to pay attention.
Okay, I'll pay attention.
You have to pay attention just for a bit. just in terms of the rain chances. That's okay, I can do that. I can do that. I'm concerned about. Yeah, I know. Next weekend we can get some lower humidity behind the front, but for this weekend we're going to see rain chances going up. But before that happens, we'll see highs in the low 90s for today and tomorrow. Isolated rain chances. Plenty of sunshine across the region. So more of those scattered showers and thunderstorms showing up on your Saturday. More of those storms possible on Sunday because that cold front kind of moves in and just stops on Sunday. Once we get into Monday and Tuesday, this is when we'll see more sunshine and isolated rain chance and highs in the 90s. Now, once we get towards Wednesday, we see some mid to even upper 90s in some locations out ahead of that next batch of thunderstorms that arrives with a cold front Thursday into Friday of next week. And this is when we'll see some of those temperatures dropping across the area and potentially that slight drop in humidity. It doesn't look like it's going to completely go away because, hey, it's still summer, but any change in terms of that humidity will be a welcome one.
That sounds fabulous. Thank you, Tawana. A team of Indiana rescue specialists is in Texas. They're helping to look for more than 160 missing people after flash floods roared and slammed into communities there. This is video of Indiana Task Force 1 packing up their gear for the mission. Nearly 50 people will support search and rescue teams in Kerr County, which saw some of the heaviest flood waters. They join the more than 2,000 people, all looking to either reunite families or give them some closure. More than 100 people are confirmed dead because of the floods. And this tragedy has spawned conversations nationwide about making sure weather alerts and warning systems send messages out in a timely fashion. Back in April, at least 7 people in Kentucky died because of the statewide flooding. Back in 2022, 45 people died from floods in the eastern part of the Commonwealth. Pike County's emergency management director says it's crucial to take every warning seriously.
The strength of water, people just underestimate a whole lot. Don't ever take those for granted. Be serious about those watches and warnings. If there's something that you can sign up for to get an alert or a warning, do that.
And as a reminder, one of the ways to get alerts and warnings is by downloading the Wave Weather app, and you can get alerts sent straight to your phone. Gray Television is coming together to raise money for the Texas flood relief efforts. You can donate right now by scanning the QR code on your screen or by visiting togetherfortx.com. We've already raised nearly $50,000 for the Salvation Army. And tune in on Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock for a 30-minute Together for Texas special. Well, 6:26 now, and crowds of people are trying to find places to go in Louisville this summer, while LMPD is working to keep Louisville's entertainment districts safe. Marissa Burke has more from police ahead on Sunrise.
Now, Wave News Sunrise.
Good morning. It is now 6:30 on your Thursday morning, first day of action for the ISCO Championship. So Tawana's going to be watching that radar very closely, but Shannon Kogan out there live all morning for us. Seeing any action yet? I know it's kind of the calm before the storm. 15 minutes to go.
I know. We can't wait to see those first golfers tee off. A lot of money on the line. $4 million purse. The winner walks away with about $720,000. So pretty good. It's so exciting to have this huge tournament here in town, guys.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Tawana. You're the one who everyone wants to hear from with this weather.
And I think a lot of people will actually be happy with me for once, which I'm so grateful for. Yay. I can give you good news for once. But yes, I'm out here with the birds and the bugs this morning, and you certainly can feel that humidity as you're heading out. So keep that in mind. We're also watching some areas of fog in some locations, seeing that showing up anywhere from portions of Jennings County over into Du Bois County, where that fog is a bit more dense. Also seeing some patches of some dense fog in portions of Kentucky, especially right along the parkways and even into parts of Hardin County, getting in on some of that fog. For those of you in parts of Franklin County, you're also seeing that this morning. So peeking into Bardstown, you're seeing the sun beaming down, clear skies overhead, a little bit of that fog here and there in portions of Nelson County, but it's really all about the sunshine for today. That fog will mix out once we get closer to around 8, 9, 10 o'clock, so we will get improvements there. But for everybody else, it's just about the sun that's going to take us into the upper 80s and low 90s for your highs this afternoon, so we'll watch for that. But as Olivia mentioned, yes, we will be keeping an eye on the radar for later on this afternoon, because this is when we have a better chance to see some more of those isolated downpours trying to come our way. But thankfully, most of us staying dry today, which does bode well for the ISCO Championship. Now, for tomorrow, we do see more of that heat trying to come back into our forecast, and it's for the weekend that will really see rain chances. Still not looking like a washout for Saturday and Sunday, but definitely going to need the umbrellas as we head into the weekend time frame. Olivia?
Great advice there. Thank you, Tawana. Well, after a week of practice, today is the first day of competition for golfers at Hurstbourne Country Club for the ISCO Championship. Can't wait to get things started. And Shannon Kogan is live out there all morning for us. Good morning, Shannon.
Good morning. By the way, if you are heading out here and you just heard Tawana's forecast, you are allowed to bring an umbrella. You are allowed to bring a chair. Ladies, you can bring a purse. It doesn't have to be clear, so good things to know. What is so wonderful, too, about this tournament is once the PGA Tour pays all of their expenses plus $1, the rest of that money will go to a charity, and they have chosen the Wendy Novak Diabetes Institute. Here with me is Candace Ziggy. So good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Now, Wendy Novak was married to David. Sadly, she died last year at the age of 71, but she had type 1 diabetes. So what does this mean to your institute to be chosen for this?
To be chosen for this is we're just so proud and lucky, and it will help our pediatric patients with diabetes, our adult patient with diabetes, and our patients also in the hospital system. So all walks of life with diabetes. So we are so excited and honored to be the charity partner.
And when Wendy was diagnosed, when she was just 7 years old, a lot of people thought it just meant that your life was kind of over. But for her, she pushed through, and really that's such a great message for anyone with diabetes.
Right. And our programming focuses on prenatal, all walks of life, pediatric, adult, and then long-term care for diabetes.
That's so wonderful. And your whole building, the Wendy Novak building itself, is just phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, talk about what it offers.
It offers all services within the Novak building. So cardiology, neurology, diabetes, endocrinology, ear, nose, and throat. So it's a one-stop shop for our pediatric patients,
and
which is great.
It's so great because as a parent, you're not running all over town. You park once, and there's even valet, and then you can go to all the different levels, which is fantastic.
And we serve 137 counties. So if you're driving from far away to Louisville to be seen, you can just park, like you said, in the garage and go to multiple levels to see multiple providers.
Well, wonderful. You look like you're a golfer today, dressed like a golfer, but you said you don't play golf.
I don't play golf. Now, I can hit it in the air. You may not know where it goes, but...
Well, I know you're looking forward to seeing some good golf out here. Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much, Candace. Appreciate your time today, and I hope you have good time out here at the ISCO.
You as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so back to you guys. So when you're coming out here, you buy that ticket, 50-day, gets you the ground pass for the day, and you also are helping the Wendy Novak Diabetes Institute, so you can feel good.
Yeah, a great cause there, even for people who don't play golf. There we go. We know we can go back to a great charity. Thank you, Shannon. LMPD reports crime has decreased about 30%, but with the summer crowds trying to find places to go, LMPD officers have been increasing their patrols to prevent those numbers from climbing. Wave News reporter Marissa Burke telling us now how LMPD is working to keep Louisville's entertainment district safe. Marissa?
LMPD says 4th of July weekend is a hard weekend for officers to patrol. There are a lot of places to go and celebrate, but recent pop-up crowds meant officers needed a different approach this year. In June, 2 weekends in a row, crowds took over Bardstown Road, and another pop-up gathering appeared in Nulu later that month. LMPD says they are increasing their patrols in the area and Louisville's other entertainment districts. But it's not that they want to stop people from having fun. LMPD Chief Paul Humphrey says it's so that the fun can be had the safe way. Police report no major incidents or significant issues came up over the weekend. Chief Humphrey credits the extra patrols during the busy holiday weekend.
4th of July, New Year's, and Halloween are miserable as police officers to work, but we had officers that volunteered to work overtime, to work extra details to make sure that the city was kept safe.
The most recent crime statistics show that we are on our 55th homicide of the year. That's down from last year's 83. Non-fatal shootings are also down 138 compared to close to 200. Chief Paul Humphrey believes that proactivity and engagement with the officers is helping with overall crime trends. Marissa Burke, Wave News.
Marissa, thank you. Several guns are now out of the hands of 3 kids in Louisville. It comes as Metro leaders try to curb youth violence with kids out of school for the summer. Earlier this week, LMPD got an anonymous tip saying kids had guns at a home on South 20th Street. Officers searched the home, recovered the guns, and charged 3 teenagers who they say each had a history of violence. It comes as the city is trying to tamp down on teen gun violence. Chief Humphrey has a clear message to parents.
This, you need to know where your kids are. If I had mechanism to deal with parents better whose kids commit violent crimes or are caught in doing these types of crimes, I would prosecute parents all day long. But we have to do something differently in this community when it comes to dealing with kids. It's extremely frustrating, and you're selling these kids short.
It's the anonymous tip line that LMPD says helps them in this case. If you see something and want to report it, you can do that anonymously to their tip line, 574-LMPD. A former Kentucky police chief now faces charges of domestic violence that stem from an investigation into an argument. Rick McCubbin is the former police chief of both Bardstown and Shepherdsville police departments. McCubbin is charged with 4th-degree assault, domestic violence, and harassment. According to his citation, LMPD says McCubbin and his 19-year-old stepdaughter argued last month, and the reports claim McCubbin grabbed her by the arms and pinned her against a wall. The complaint later adds that when McCubbin's wife tried to intervene, he then grabbed her and threw her onto a bed. The report says McCubbin then left his house and his wife called police. When LMPD responded, officers reported seeing bruises on the stepdaughter's arm. On top of the charges, a judge ordered McCubbin to have no contact with the two women. He has not replied to our request for comment. McCubbin is expected back in court today. Kentucky state lawmaker Daniel Grossberg will face a public ethics hearing after the Ethics Commission found probable cause for 3 violations. Those votes came during a meeting in Frankfort. Grossberg has been accused of sending inappropriate text messages to women and entering a quid pro quo agreement with a business owner. He's denied any wrongdoing. The commission offered Grossberg and his attorneys a chance to negotiate a settlement. Otherwise, they'll move to a public hearing where witnesses can testify. Here's Joanna taking a look at the next 12 hours.
And over the next 12, we'll see plenty of sunshine across the region with highs in the upper 80s and low 90s. Only a small rain chance for today. But as we look ahead, we do see a few more rain chances, not just this week, but into next week. I'll let you know about the multiple fronts moving our way after the break.
All right, thanks, Tawana. And a quick look at our traffic this morning, showing the roads wide open, not seeing any delays out there. No congested areas on our traffic map. It looks all green and good to go. As WAVE celebrates America's 250th anniversary next year, we're looking back at what happened on this day in history. So today we're looking back at July 10th, 1921. Then newspaper reports said 22-year-old William Bailey leaped 310 feet into the Ohio River all the way from an airplane. He even lived to tell the story. From the hospital, he said the wind made him land on his back, but throughout the majority of his fall, he had a perfect swan dive. According to reports, he did so because he wanted to earn some money. What a motivation there. But some people who will be playing for a lot of money, that's our golf pros out at the ISCO Championship. They're teeing off right now at Hurstbourne Country Club, and Wave News anchor Shannon Cogan has been live out there this morning. And Shannon, how's it going out there?
Oh, we're having such a good time. So I'm at the Fan Zone. This is so cool. If you are heading out here, this is right between the 10-hole and the 18th hole. So you can come here, check this out. This is so much fun. They have a lot of different things in here, games to play. By the way, free water, compliments of ISCO, so if you're thirsty. And I have longtime member of Hurstbourne, 42 years. This is Tom Shanebackler. Thank you so much, and you're volunteering out here.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be out here as a Hurstbourne member and a golf enthusiast, and I'm just so happy that Jimmy Kirchdorfer and ISCO brought this tournament to Louisville. We were very, very fortunate.
Isn't it weird to look at the course that you've played how many times and see it set up like this?
Right, and walking up this fairway, number 18, with all of those suites in the background. It's just really, really exciting for us.
That's so neat. Okay, so walk me through here a little bit, Tom.
Okay.
And what can people do here in the Fan Zone?
Well, the Fan Zone is, as you see, is just starting to get set up.
Right.
But, you know, you've got a first tee exhibit here. I don't know if you're familiar with the First Tee. It's a youth development organization that uses golf as its platform. We've got the First Tee, because I was on the board of the First Tee. us. We've got 200 locations all across the nation.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And then you just got other games. You got Joe's Crab Shack with something, and just promotional kind of venues. And then back behind here, we've got our first aid back there.
And I see a Drake's food truck, local barbecue.
Yeah,
so this
wonderful.
is great. What a fun thing. So if you're heading out here, this is a good place to stop by, and you can say hi to Tom.
Please come out and visit us. We'd love to see you.
All right, that's it for now. Back to you guys.
Shannon, thank you. Yeah, all about the fans out there. People who even aren't into golf can have a lot of fun out there.
Exactly. And I love the free water, especially, oh man, especially with those low 90s coming our way for the next couple of days. The free water is going to be a really good thing. I'll talk about that, plus rain chances. So another set of free water over the weekend in just 30 seconds. Good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Tawana Andrew here with a check of your forecast and what we have going on. This beautiful sunrise showing up on our storm tracker right at the Louisville waterfront. You're seeing those clear skies overhead, a couple of clouds here and there, but a beautiful start to the day. We love to see that, right? And while we're seeing that in Louisville, this is what you're dealing with in E-Town. So yeah, not the best of situations. That fog has become a little bit more dense, plus that sunlight now getting into it, reflecting a little bit more of that light and lowering the visibility. So this is what you may have to contend with as you are heading out. And it's not just portions of Hardin County, into Franklin County, parts of Shelby County, even into portions of Orange County and Du Bois County, Indiana. You are getting in on some of that patchy fog to start off the day. The clear skies that we had overnight, plus some of that rain that we saw yesterday, contributing to the fog that we're dealing with this morning. Thankfully, as we head over the next 2 to 3 hours, we will gradually see improvement, especially as that sun gets further up over the horizon and our temperatures start to warm. So most of us, yes, seeing those clear skies. We still have a couple of clouds in some spots left over from those overnight downpours, but most of us just rocking the sunglasses for today. We do have a couple of fronts nearby, but it does look like high pressure will keep things high and mainly dry. I'm going to say mainly dry as we get into the second half of the day. Your temperatures range from 69 degrees for those of you in North Vernon to 68 in Litchfield, 70 in Fort Knox, LaGrange, Shelbyville, Salem, Seymour, while it's 76 right now at the airport in Louisville. As I mentioned, that fog we're seeing across parts of the region going to mix out towards 9, 10 o'clock. That will leave behind plenty of sunshine for the rest of the day. Now we'll add in some of those, puffy cumulus clouds for later on this afternoon as we climb into the upper 80s and low 90s for your highs. A couple of isolated downpours possible here and there. It does look like most of us going to stay dry, though. We'll keep an eye on some of that rain as it tries to move through portions of wave country through the afternoon and evening. Now, once we get into the overnight hours, clear skies yet again. Temperatures returning to the 60s and low 70s. Looking ahead to the next 10 days, here's what we have going on. For tomorrow, we keep the sunshine, we keep the isolated rain chances, but we add in some of that heat. Now, we'll keep the heat on Saturday and add in a whole lot more rain in the forecast. And the reason for that is this cold front is going to be gradually pushing our way over the upcoming weekend. The best chance for rain right now for your Saturday will be during the afternoon and evening hours. On Sunday, rain chances go up as that front moves towards us and basically stalls out. Monday and Tuesday of next week, right now, trending on the drier side. We'll see a gradual warm up towards the middle of next week before yet another front arrives. So we'll see that heat building for a couple of days for really towards next Tuesday, Wednesday, and then that front arrives on Thursday, upping our rain chances across the region. Right now, the timing has this front a little bit slower, so that rain does look to linger into Friday. Despite this, we'll see highs down into the mid-80s on Friday with some scattered showers in the forecast then, and it does look like we'll see some drier weather for the following weekend. So it would be nice to have a weekend with not just drier conditions, but also some lower humidity, so let's hope this forecast holds.
Yeah, crossing our fingers. Thank you, Tawana. Now taking a look at the big stories we're following today around the country and the world. After flooding caused by Storm Chantal, North Carolina climatologists are now studying its course. Chantal rolled in over the holiday weekend, breaking dams, flooding roads, homes, and businesses. Officials say it's something they've been seeing more of, which may lead to people leaving North Carolina to avoid that severe weather. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is in Malaysia for a meeting of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. On the sidelines of the summit, though, he's expected to meet with the Russian foreign minister on Thursday. It comes just days after President Donald Trump criticized Russian President Vladimir Putin for not engaging in peace talks with Ukraine. The Department of Health and Human Services has called off an upcoming meeting of expert advisors on preventative health care. It was supposed to happen today. In the past, the longtime non-political advisory group has set recommendations for cancer screenings, sexually transmitted infection testing, and other preventative care. And one of the most popular fast food snacks is making an epic return today. McDonald's beloved snack wrap is back after requests all over social media. Tawana's over here cheering, so you might see an extra long line at McDonald's today. We'll be right back with more local news coming up in your Wake Up Watch List. 6:53 now. We're following the latest top headlines in today's Wake Up Watch List. Today, PGA golfers will try to conquer Hurstbourne Country Club for the ISCO Championship. The tournament has welcomed back some of the area's favorite golfers, including 5 former St. X graduates. They spent time practicing throughout the week, and that started just about 10 minutes ago for the first group to go through there. The gates are now open, so you can head to Hurstbourne Country Club. Louisville Parks and Rec is preparing to repair damage after they say someone drove through Shawnee Park, messing up the freshly painted basketball court. Parks and Rec says cameras caught a black Dodge Challenger with a chrome gas cap in the area around 6:30 yesterday morning. Dirt Bowl organizers plan to stick to their schedule of play beginning this weekend. Male High School is holding a special meeting today regarding cell phones in school. The meeting will discuss the adoption of their new cell phone policy. It comes after Kentucky lawmakers passed a bill. A survey put out by the district showed more than half of teachers and 30% of parents approved of a cell phone ban. Here's Tawana taking a look at the forecast today. I almost said the next 12 hours, but you've got a lot more to look forward to there.
Oh, we'll talk about it all. Right now, we're seeing plenty of sunshine right now, right along the waterfront in Louisville, so a beautiful start to the day there. While some of you are dealing with this, still quite a bit of fog showing up in portions of Wave Country, including into Hardin County and E-Town. Temperatures are in the 60s and low 70s this morning. We'll end up in the upper 80s and low 90s for later on this afternoon. In terms of rain chances, we could see 1 or 2 downpours across our entire coverage area for later on today. So that means most of us are going to be a little bit humid, a little bit hot, but mainly dry for this afternoon. Now, as we head over the next 10 days, we are going to be watching for those temperatures staying on the hot side, adding in the rain chances over the weekend, and then we'll watch for a little bit more of that rain showing up by the middle and end of next week.
And looking at traffic this morning, not seeing any areas with delays right now, just a few cars pulled over, but our traffic map all good and green and good to go, especially for people who are waking up and heading out to Hurstbourne for the ISCO Championship. Shout out to everyone who woke up and got their early gates open 10 minutes ago. Shannon, how is it so far?
Oh, it is awesome. I saw some golfers heading out there. First tee time, 6:45. If you want to head out here, go to iscochampionship.com. Tickets for the day are $50. Food and drink are extra. You can pay for parking, $19.99. You park at the U of L Shelby campus right across the street from Shelbyville, from Hurstbourne, and then they will shuttle you over here. We're going to have a great 4 days of seeing some incredible golf. So exciting. Olivia and Tawana?
Absolutely. Thank you, Shannon. Enjoy your time out there, and you can bring an umbrella for those possible
Yes, you can.
showers.
So keep that in mind for the weekend.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great Thursday.
Get live streaming news, 24-hour weather, investigations, podcasts, and more, all for free with Wave Now.